What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the new Marvel Select Apocalypse action figure. And this thing is nuts. So I just got this I ordered it from diamondselect.com. I originally ordered it from Toy Wiz, but I'm still waiting on it. So I saw that they popped it up there, so I decided to purchase it. And, I'll just have two, no big deal. And I'll probably give the other one to a friend. But this thing looks sweet in the box. Let's take a look real quick. So here we go. Been a long time. Been waiting for Apocalypse figure. So got some really cool paint detail on the face. Looks like they did a nice gray tone. I'm not sure if they have a wash yet because we don't quite have it out. But good paint details. Looks good. Really good textures. Really cool blues that they used on the costume. Got some cool metallic tones on the belt. Cool silvers. Got a really nice metallic on the gauntlets, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, pretty neat. Looks like it comes with some fists. So extra hands. Comes with a mace. Comes with this little grappling cloth type thing. Looks like it comes with another thing down there. Not quite sure what that is. Maybe a drill or cannon or something. So not real sure. But yeah, looking really, really good in the package. So here we got the side of the box here. We have the back of the box. We got some action figure shots here. And then we have the bio. So if you want to read the bio, you can pause it right now. Perfect. And then let's look at the other side. It looks like we got an action figure shot here, which is interesting. So I noticed that in previous Marvel Selects, they've always done like a comic artwork or some type of art like that. And I noticed with the Super Scroll in the last one, they did an action figure shot, and with this one, they did as well. Not sure which one I prefer, if I like the artwork or the action figure shot. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. Perfect, okay. So looking good. So let's get this open and see what we're looking at. Okay, here's Apocalypse out of the package and looking really, really sweet. So I got a few things that I really like, just kind of getting it out and putting it on this this rotating table. And I got a few things that I'm not real sure about. So here we go. So first, let's look at this. So got some really cool paint detail. I love the blues they went with. That really dark blue looks really, really nice. They do different variations. You have the lighter blue, which is actually still pretty dark. It's definitely like a tone down for sure. And then you have this really dark navy color that looks really good. And it looks like they have a little bit of blue on the ribs there just to differentiate, so it looks nice. So it looks like there's definitely like some, could be airbrushing. Looks like it could be airbrushed just to have some differentiation. It looks nice. Comes with these cables that are pretty cool that you can plug into the arms, which is nice. You can plug them in, you can unplug them, whatever you want. They are pretty stiff, so it is kind of tough to, it's a little bit interesting, but what's really cool is the joints are pretty stiff, so you can still get them in poses and the cables are fine. But just to let you know, they are stiff. You have definitely some really cool metallic colors, like I said earlier, on both gauntlets and the legs, and then some of the armor pieces, which look nice. And I really am a huge fan of this face. They did a really good job on this. Yeah, it just looks so menacing. Yeah, I love that. And then came with the extra pieces. So this drill, this little grappling hook weapon, this mace, and these hands. So how about this? Let's put on the extra weapons real quick and see what it looks like. Okay, so here's Apocalypse with the extra hands. You can see you got the cool drill hand here. And it looks pretty neat. Right, cool metallic colors. Looks good, and you can tell the pipes or the cables plug right into it, which is cool. Plugs right into the claw. I think as far as extra weapons, I really like the claw. I think they did a good job on this one. I like the metallic tones a lot. And yeah, I just think they did a really good job on that one. But yeah, it looks really nice. Right? Perfect. So there he is with those extra hands. Let's put on the mace hand. Okay, and here he is with the mace hand, which just looks okay. I probably won't pose him with the mace hand. If I'm going to pose him with any of the hands, it would be probably the little cable hand or little hook hand or whatever, claw hand, that's a better word, or the drill. I really probably am not going to pose him with the mace one. It looks okay. Nothing fancy about it, just kind of a metallic mace color to kind of match the armor. But looking good. So tons of cool accessories. So let's get into the articulation real quick. So we have the head. Head moves up. Not too far just because of this back piece here. Moves up a little bit. You do have a decent pivot. And obviously you do have rotation. And the head moves pretty easily, which is nice. So the arms joints, so just to let you know, so the arms, they or the shoulders, they move up. They're very tight, so you can get it 90 degrees. And this part was really tight, just FYI. Very hard to move, so just be careful, because obviously I don't want you to break yours. I had to force mine quite a bit. So just FYI, these come off, and they actually come off pretty easy, especially this one. So it comes off easy, and then you can replace it right with any of your other weapons. So pretty simple there. And then the cables, like I said, they're attached to the back. They just plug right in here, very simply. But right, they will come off sometimes. So you do also have bicep swivel, which is nice. Just single jointed elbow, and then you do have the rotation there as well, and then you do have pivot and articulation as well on the wrist. Then you do have an ab crunch. The ab crunch goes back, not very far, and you get a little bit of a rock forward, and you get a nice side to side and rotation. You also have a waist swivel right there, which is nice. You do have leg joints that go at 90 degrees. You can make him do the splits, which is awesome. Yeah, these new, I'm telling you, Marvel Selects finally got it, right? These new leg joints are phenomenal. You can get them in such good poses and nothing gets stuck on them, which is sweet. So I dig that a lot. So you got that. You do have a thigh swivel. So this one, unfortunately, is jammed, so it's going to be tough to do. You do have a single jointed knees with rotation. So you do get a rotation there as well. You do also have rotation at the gauntlet down here. And you do have ankle pivot, which is nice. So overall, the articulation is just fine. For big figure, it's pretty standard. The joints are pretty stiff, which isn't bad. Just know that like it's going to take a little bit to undo these potentially. And then also when they get loose, this might happen a little bit too, where it gets stuck to the cable and it just kind of pops off. So yeah, just be careful with that. So like I said, the cable's kind of hindered a little bit, and the joints are pretty stiff to go about at the beginning. But overall, the articulation for a big character is not terrible. It's okay. Okay, so here's a little size comparison here. Obviously, Apocalypse in the middle. To the right of him, we have Beta Ray Bill, which was the newer Marvel Select. To the right of him, we have the new Red Hulk. To the left of Apocalypse, we have the Vision, which is a new one. And to the left of him is the Super Skrull. So I wanted to put a lot of the new ones just all kind of side by side, because they actually have a good range here of like kind of standard to medium to large. And then I also put the ginormous Apocalypse Build-A-Figure from the Marvel Legends wave way back in the day. So let's see, as far as size, I can give you a quick count. So it looks like we are at, looks like 9¼ inches tall, which looks like that puts us at about 23.5 centimeters, it looks like. And you can tell, so he is quite a bit taller than Beta Ray Bill, looks like a whole head taller. Obviously, that's not including his, Beta Ray Bill's little helmet feather thing. I can't remember what that's called. And then he's a lot taller than Vision, right? Vision goes up to about his chest. Super Skrull, the same, goes about to his chest. And he is a little bit shorter than Red Hulk, but not by much, because he goes up to Red Hulk's forehead, potentially. And then he only goes up to the waist of the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, which I think is cool. So since he can shapeshift, and as far as like size and stuff, I think that's a really cool concept, that you can kind of have them both kind of be in a really cool action shot. And they both kind of look similar, which is cool. So they have a lot of same features. So I really dig that a lot. So now let's do a side-by-side with Apocalypse and all the X-Men Marvel Select figures that I have, and see what that looks like. Okay, so here's a size comparison with all of the X-Men Marvel Select waves that I have. I have a few variants that are in here, but for the most part, this is the group. So it looks pretty good, right? So we got Apocalypse. He stands taller than any of the X-Men prior. We have Juggernaut and Colossus that are about the second in height. Obviously, Juggernaut takes up a lot of space. Beyond that, I think we have Beast, who stands the next tallest, even though he's crouched over. Then you have Cable and Sabretooth as far as height goes. Then you have Storm. It looks like Magneto, Psylocke. And then it kind of gets to the normal size, where you kind of got Cyclops and Rogue. And then it looks like Wolverine is the shortest, which he should be, right? But yeah, I think that's pretty cool looking. So if you have the other X-Men wave, it fits in really nice. And I'm really looking forward to doing some photography and some other stuff with these characters. I think it's going to be pretty sick. Okay, final thoughts on Marvel Select Apocalypse. And I give this a solid, I mean, a solid A, I'd say, right? I think it's a really, that's funny, sorry. A for Apocalypse, it's great. But no, I think it's a great figure. So I think they nailed the sculpt, the detail, the size. The lower half articulation is really good. The upper half articulation is okay. You can get it in some poses once you get past like the stiff joints, the shoulders, and the elbow joints are especially very difficult to kind of maneuver. And the cables are nice, they're just stiff, and sometimes they kind of pop off. So just know that when you get it. But other than that, this figure is outstanding, and I'm excited that we finally have a Marvel Select Apocalypse figure. And, you know, they definitely didn't disappoint. So pretty sweet. So definitely recommend, especially for $29.99 or $35 or whatever. I think it's a really, really good deal. You don't really see that these days for that price. So if you have the opportunity, I picked mine up at diamondselecttoys.com. Originally, like I said earlier, I ordered it from Toy Wiz, still waiting on that. But I did see that they had Diamond Select, so I decided to order it off there, and it was super fast. I was super surprised. I ordered it, didn't even get a shipment confirmation. It just showed up like 2 days later, so sweet. Didn't even know, but it was pretty cool. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate your support. We're at let's see, over 1,000 subscribers, trying to work our way to 2,000. So thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and looking forward to bringing more reviews, customizations, etc. to you. And I have a lot of reviews coming your way, so be ready. It seemed like all my pre-orders and everything all came at one time, plus some other things I ordered. So I have a lot of reviews coming your way in the next week or two. I also did some customizations on Mr. Freeze and the Gladiator Batman. Nothing major, but did some customizations, so you will see that as well. So stay tuned in, drop a like, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you next time.